Hello and welcome everyone to this new channel on the FC25 Pro Clubs. As you can see, this is the 24 sort of screen, so I'll be talking about our club as previous, what we did last year, and going forward, what this channel is going to offer, and all the things that you can expect from myself doing this channel. I'm happy to say that I am doing this. There was a couple of discussions in the group chat who was going to do this, who had the time, and who wanted to do it as well. So I'm happy that I've done this. So big expectations from me. So I'm really happy to get started. So as you can see, in terms of the first club for our playoffs, this is how we did. We lost 16, won 4. At the time, we didn't have any all the time, so we had to switch around. Everyone else gave any a try. The guy called Dad, who Mikey is, he didn't do it, and Paul wasn't. So it was me and Tommy that was playing any. So that was our first sort of season. It's not too bad, I suppose. 109 losses. That was our only season that we went negative in terms of our stats, where we lost more than we actually won, which is not great, but it was also our first time playing. It was my first time ever playing clubs. A couple of other people not played it for 3 or 4 years. And of course, this was the first time they brought cross-play back in after probably about 5 years, I think, after they did it. So a lot of changes, getting used to it, and then, yeah, just picking up how you play. I don't really play Ultimate Team or online. Nor does Mikey. Paul doesn't do that, and they don't even play career mode. They just do it for the clubs and how we do it as friends. Sam and Tommy always play Ultimate Team, pretty good players, so of course they help in our clubs and how you play against people online. So into our second season, as you can see, a little bit better. 110 and lost 4 in the playoffs. A good overall percentage of the win rate is always higher than, the losses, and as long as we kept maintaining that, it was always better for us. Everyone wants to win every single game. That's absolutely fine, but in terms of doing that is obviously a little bit harder, especially when this game wasn't great in terms of the glitches, the meta, and the AI, and there was a lot of updates, weren't there? There was like 4 or 5 updates for this whole sort of FIFA. It wasn't great, a lot of bugs, a lot of issues, so we can only hope that going forward that the issues have been resolved and we can hope for a better game of Pro Clubs. This was probably one of our best seasons. 145 wins is quite high. Again, the percentage win rate is always higher. The position was quite high. I always think that as well, that we got to the Elite League every single time, all bar one season. Again, I don't think that was the first season. I think we actually got to the Elite League straight away. It may have been like season 4 or season 2, one around the middle of the seasons that we actually didn't get to the Elite League. We didn't play it as much. And obviously you have to win 5 in a row, which makes it harder because you have to win your last game, then you got to win 5. So 5 to 6 games, depending on where you leave off for the points tally, and then winning all your playoff games. So it's obviously hard to do, and it's just really frustrating when the game goes against you and doesn't get you promoted. So there's a lot of games that we played in this, and sometimes that we didn't get to the Elite League, but that was all okay. Of course, during the playoffs, there was a lot of glitches where the games were either 10, I think there was one time it was 15, and of course, it went up to 30 games for at least 2 playoffs to make up for the games that we missed as well. There was also connection issues online where you couldn't actually connect, and the match result, whether you won or lost, it didn't count. Your game didn't count, so you then had to play an extra game without it counting. So again, like I said, a lot of bugs, a lot of frustration. Fanfare, again, you can see the 5th, I'm not too sure what the title is, but we didn't actually get, in terms of the trophies, we didn't get a gold or a silver. It was always bronze and sort of below, really, in that sort of below, I guess, the bottom half of it. We come mid-table a couple of times, which is not too bad, but we always just wanted that, even that 1 silver trophy, that 1 gold trophy. We just wanted one. Again, like I said, that first time that we're playing with each other, we're trying to get used to our tactics, the way our Any plays, how he plays, with his obviously controlling all the pros. Makes it obviously harder for us as well. Yes, we can communicate while we're talking as well, but then you got to get used to other players, how they play. Do they take you on? Do they use cross-in meta? Do they use the kickoff glitch and only score from kickoff and then sit back? So there's a lot of sort of things that you just got to take into consideration. This season here was probably one of our best. Again, like it was quite a lot of games, 16 and 14s in the playoffs. So this is where they was making up for the errors. We played a lot in the season. We won 118 and only lost 42. Yes, we drew 21 as well. But that's a high percentage in terms of that, because that is like 63 games that we didn't win and we won 118. So it's over, just on that 50% mark in terms of the win and not winning. So it's a really good season that we had. We scored a lot of goals. Even in the playoffs, we scored 103 goals, and we actually scored. I personally got over 300 assists in season 3. I haven't got the goal scoring stats, but I will put them up at the end of the video. I'll tag them in so you can see what sort of stats that we got in total for our goals and that. But one of our strikers, Clem, got over 2,000 goals. Really good player online, and knows obviously how to play the game online against people and scoring a lot of goals. I'm a winger, so I'm going to get a lot of crosses, a lot of assists as well. Mikey, a tank in that, but I'll go through all the players a bit later on in this video. But in terms of, sort of the season and what we used to bring was obviously really good. Into our next season, season 6, in terms of winning again, it's always positive. I keep telling you, the positive momentum for us is really good. It is building. More times that we play it, obviously, the more times we get used to each other, and just the better that we are playing these games, sort of things. I know they added a not even a glitch, but they obviously added where they nerfed everything and took away with the golden playstyles and it all went down. So again, that made a difference to how we played, because crossing meta was obviously a big thing, and put your pro to 6'5", header it in and you score loads of easy goals, sort of thing. Of course they nerfed that as well, so it just made us change the way that we played. To start with, we probably did go with the meta, get the ball out wide, cross it a lot, 2 big strikers up top. And then we changed it where Mikey went into cam and then creating the ball through balls, getting it wide, cutting it back, quick, fast football, attacking football, defending quite well from corners and then sprinting up the other end and scoring quick, fast goals. And then we just had a variety of how we played, what we did and everything like that. So it was all good, fun and enjoyable. Again, here you can see over halfway of the 50% mark. I'm not too sure our biggest high rate in terms of our win rate overall. So if you take the draws and losses, compare it to the wins, I think our highest was around about like the 62% mark, which is pretty impressive overall as well. Again, here, our best, I think this is probably one of our best playoff rankings in terms of 17 and 8, where there was a couple of games where we lost in the last minute, just through whether the game didn't, what it felt like the game didn't want you to win. You get an unlucky deflection, it bounced to one of their players, they score, you go up the other end and you miss the chance that they just scored. So again, it's probably the game and stuff like that. But this was probably one of our best rated games. In terms of the playoffs, we've had a better season where we won like obviously 114. But here, this was probably the best playoffs that we did have. The position was quite high. We tried to do it straight away. So the first night of playoffs, we would get together, play them all, and then just sort of sit back and let the sort of the table speak for itself and try and see how it goes. And for a very, very long time in this sort of one, we were quite high up in getting the silver trophy. And then I think with the last 2 or 3 days of the playoffs, it actually did go down, unfortunately. So not great, but it is what it is. In terms of us going forward, we're going to do this channel where I'm going to speak about our progress. So I will talk about everything that we've done throughout the season. I'll put some highlights in there of our good plays, funny moments. One of my good friends, Mikey, actually has a montage channel of every sort of funny moments of clips. I have linked his stuff in the description, so go please check that out. It is worth a watch in terms of our great goals, funny moments, game glitches and whatnot, and bugs and stuff like that. And yeah, really, really funny. Next season of season 7, didn't play too many games. Again, positive all round. Only lost 20. Yes, we only played a certain amount of games, probably less, but again, it's in that positive mark. So in terms of that, for us, our squad, our players, who we are. So Sam is our any. For me personally, one of the best players that I have seen from a FIFA aspect of playing against people online. If I played against him online, I would just smash the controller and I would just give up and just say GG, because he is one of the best. He's one of the best NEs. He reads the defense well. He knows what people are going to do. He just reads their mind, and sort of just makes unbelievable tackles or blocks. And he's just an all-round really good player. So it's such a good thing to have a good NE. If you don't have a good NE, and like some people that I know just join random clubs and just play the game and their NE lumps it forward and does random stuff, like that's obviously just really bad. But Sam just knows how we're playing, how he wants to play, and sort of as the season's gone on with this game, as I said, it's our first pro clubs. We just got together and it's just been a big sort of massive progression for us as well. Ignore the Slovenian badge. He is not Slovenian. His pro is Slovenian. He's a Slovenian swag bro, as we call him. Funny, like, you know, the cosmetic designs and the big Slovenian wig that he had. Of course, the game had bugs where you couldn't keep your football boots or your gloves or your tattoos or your hats and masks and stuff like that. So hopefully for the next one, that does change. Our next player is Mikey, known as Gumfingers. One of my best friends. I've known him for over, I want to say 26 years now. It's been a long time knowing him. He'll probably say too long. But yeah, again, he's like a centre midfielder. He does go up front sometimes. He's gone on the wing. With our positions, we have set positions that we play. We'll probably keep the same positions for next time that we play this. But this first season, we were just jumping around. I went up for a couple of times. I enjoy going up front, but I don't think that I'm just that striker that can score goals. I like to create him, cutting off the wing and curl it in and do the finesse shot and stuff like that. Whereas Mikey is a hard working centre mid. He goes centre mids for the playoffs. Absolutely. Our best sort of playoff seasons from our win rate come from Mikey. Absolutely brilliant player as well. And a really good player from a sense that he doesn't play career mode or online. He just plays club. So to just do it for one game mode is absolutely brilliant. Paul, known as Israel, he's had Jesus. He's had he had Big Prick. He had Watson. Like funny characters, funny design. A really nice lad. Again, same as Mikey, plays it only for clubs. So yeah, he's just an absolute round funny guy. Some of the comments he comes out with, absolutely hysterical. And he's just a really good finisher on this game. He might not keep the Jesus Christ for next season, but we'll see what pro he comes out with. Tommy, just like Sam, again, a really good player online. He plays Ultimate Team, so he knows how people play online and how to play against them. Like I said, he scored over 2,000 goals for us in one season. He just knows where the back of the net is. He's just a really good finisher being up top. That is why he's going to be our lead striker. Again, really nice guy. Known him for probably about 18 years, actually, to be fair. Same as Paul, known him for quite a long time. I've only actually known Sam a year. I've only met him through our Discord channel to then playing with this online with him. But yeah, Tommy's just a really good player. Like I said, knows where the back of the net is. He's good at assists, his goal rates, his work rates. And yeah, it's just top notch from them. And then finally have myself. Not much to say on this. I play a lot of career mode on my main channel, which I'll link in there. I'll do career mode of the team for Drayton Town, where us lads all got together, but I'll explain all that on there. So go check that channel out. Go check all the channels out. I have linked all the channels into this one as well. The only one that I haven't linked is Sam, because I don't think he has a YouTube channel. But for myself, I'm just a winger. I've played wing all my life. I was quick growing up, so it's just chucked on the wing, run up forward and cross the ball in the box. And it's kind of the same on FIFA. I've learned how to play clubs. I used to obviously try and switch players and then think you're defending, but actually you're only focused on one player. So it was hard trying to stay on the pitch. It was hard to get up and mark people. So again, found it difficult. But I think this season, or this Eafc25, I think we'll really kick on. We'll score a lot of goals. We'll win more games, I think, as well, because we won a lot. But I do think that we will win more going forward. And I also think that we'll lose less as long as the game is patched up. If the game is all fully patched up and there's no issues with the game, then I don't see it being a problem that we're not going to lose many games because the way Sam plays as well. So that's all of us. That's all in there. As I said, we're going to rotate all the players and our squad positions and stuff like that. In terms of these screenshots now that I've added in is just our skill ratings. There's not much into that. So we have for the terms of like our skill rating here, you can see on the left-hand side, 2037, which is quite a good skill rating. Global rank of 8899. That's how it finished because we didn't do the last season. We had a month's break. So quite high numbers. I think the skill rating is quite good. And yeah, that was our global rank. So it's gone down. We had level 10. Now we are on level 4. So this is just a little snippet because I had to include a little bit of the FC25 sort of stuff. I didn't want to, but I just had to do a little bit because I need to show everyone sort of the thumbnails and all of the characters that we are going for this. At the end of this season, or this particular season of the playoffs, once they're done after a couple of weeks, I think, from now, I will upload another video of how we progressed in season 1, our win rating, our win percentage, our goals, our tallies and stuff like that. I will link Mikey's channel in the description below. He does a lot of the highlights of funny moments, good goals, and just sort of the general montage type thing. I'm now doing a different thing on my channel here, or our channel together, where I'll talk about all of our stats and our ratings and stuff like that, and our percentage and how well we compete with everyone in the leaderboard. I like to think that we're really good. As of recording this, there's just been a massive patch update with the clubs, defending AI and stuff like that. So there's been a big update. So hopefully going forward, our win percentage goes up higher. We've had a lot of situations in games where the player will have a shot, it's saved, and then it will fall back to, you know, their striker to tap it in. I know sometimes that happens in real life, but it doesn't always happen all the time. But it felt like every game that we were playing, it was just getting scored against. And then when Sam, who defends our NE, who's one of the best NEs and one of the best sort of players that we have, and that I've seen anyway, when he's defending, he just gets caught out because the defender takes a touch, but it's a very heavy touch to go over, and they just score from it, and there's nothing that Sam can do because the AI is just not reasonable. So this is our pros. You can see all of our pros here. And yeah, you got Mikey on the left, Swagbo in the middle, then me, then Clem, and then you've now got Paul, who is known as the Crystal Maze Man. So, guys, if you're new to the channel, obviously you will be. Like, subscribe, comment as well. Stay tuned for all of the other ones, and I'll see you all in the next episode.